I was on the phone with a consulting client last week, and one of them asked me the question. We were talking about marketing and branding and what ideas we could come up with that might be different, kind of coming out of the coronavirus lockdown, and as businesses are starting to open up. How can we, how should we be approaching the marketplace right now? How should we be approaching prospects and customers? And one of the guys said, well, what are other people doing? Out in the different industries, or other companies. And I said, everybody is guessing. The fact of the matter is that nobody knows exactly what to do. Nobody knows what the exact right answer is right now, because this is a big unknown. We don't really know how things are going to change when we come out. But let me give you a tip today that might help you to kind of open up your eyes a little bit more than maybe you already are looking at it. Because here's the tendency that we have. We all have the tendency to fall back on our heuristics. That's what we do. I mean, we all live in that box. If you read my book, if you have read my book, then you know what I'm talking about the box. If you have not read my book, then doggone it, you need to go get this. All right? You notice, okay? Uncopyable: How to Create an Unfair Advantage Over Your Competition. And right now, probably more than ever, you need to get ideas. This thing is chock full of ideas. Go get it. It's only $2.99 on Kindle right now. So go get it if you don't have it. But I'm going to talk about one of the things that is one of the main strategies in the book, and that's called stealing genius. And here's the point. The point is that coming out of the coronavirus and everybody that we're competing with, they're all coming out of it at the same time too. And all of your competitors are going to be hitting the marketplace. And you are too, right? Well, if you hit the marketplace doing the same stuff you used to do before the virus hit, and odds are they are doing the same thing. Well, you know what? Most of you are all just doing the same stuff. That's how it works in industries. We copy each other. We look alike. We act alike. One of my favorite sayings is that competition does not breed innovation. Competition breeds conformity, because we look at each other and we say, well, we can do that too. Or, boy, look what they're doing. We can do that too. And we try to make it a little bit better or something like that. But for the most part, we're all doing the same thing. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about how can you get ideas? Where can you get ideas that might help you separate yourself from the competition? And one of the main things I always say too is to look at what everybody else is doing inside of your box. Look at what everybody else is doing and don't do that. Now, how can you do that right now? So one way to get new ideas is to go online and look at other industries. So like, for example, if I were to look at companies in other industries. So for example, let's say that I'm in the manufacturing industry. Well, I don't want to go into the manufacturing industry and study all the other manufacturing companies that I might be competing against. Whether you're in automotive manufacturing, your aerospace, job shops, medical, healthcare, whatever, food, agriculture. We tend to still look at each other, right? And so what I would do if I were you is I would go in and I would start doing a Google search, and it won't take very much time to do this, but what I would do is, like, I would say, if I'm in manufacturing, for example, then I'm going to go into, say, construction. And you notice how I put in the search bar, I put construction industry companies. And so now it comes up and it says, get to know the top construction companies in 2019 below. And it lists those top companies. Now, one of the things that I can do is I could just simply take that list and I could Google each company and then go to their website. But here's something interesting on this page. It says the top 17 construction companies that are shaking up the industry. So that's interesting. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to click on that, and let's go look at what that's got. Okay, so here it is. It's an article, big rents, equipment rental. That's an industry, right? And here we scroll down, and they've got these different companies that are all in the construction industry, right? And most of these are dealing with, I think, business construction, that type of stuff. But so what? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go look at, like right here, they got a link for Bechtel. I could Google Bechtel, but all right, I'm just going to click that link. And now it's going to take me to the Bechtel website. Now, here's what I'm going to do is I am now going to go on here and I'm going to say, all right, what are they doing on their website that our company is not doing? Like here, for example, they talk about the role of infrastructure in reopening the economy. Well, if you're in manufacturing, you could probably do something that would be like the role of manufacturing in reopening the economy. You could scroll down, you can see what they're doing, that they've got press releases, they've got about us, they got to talk about careers, different people. And then also down here, recent projects. Do you do that? Do you feature recent projects on your website or in your promotions and in your communications with the marketplace? They're doing that here, and that's one way that they are separating themselves from the competition. So what I'm going to do, like I say, and if I am in construction, then I'm going to go look at manufacturing, what companies are in manufacturing. Maybe I'll go look at the automotive aftermarket and search these guys out. Maybe I'll go to skip that. There we go. Okay, the golf course industry. So, for example, because the golf course industry, they've got golf courses. They've got suppliers to the golf industry, equipment suppliers, like my daughter works for Callaway Golf Corporation. I would go to the Callaway website maybe and look at them, or companies that are that help to maintain golf courses. I would look at John Deere. I might look at other companies there too. So what I will do then is I will go into these companies and then I will look for and I will also look, I will bookmark them, so that I can study every one of them and look at, is there something there that is not really common in my world, in the world that I'm in, the industry that I'm in, and is there something that I can kind of take and use it over here, because it won't be from inside our box. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for, do they have, sign up for our newsletter or something like that. And you can do this for B2B manufacturing. You could still do this for other companies, even in B2C. I talk about in my book, I talk about things like Maker's Mark and their ambassadors club and how to develop a club, and other Disney and things like that. I'm going to go in and I'm going to sign up for as many of these as I possibly can, so that I'm starting to get information from them. I'm starting to get their samples of what they're doing that are completely outside of my industry. And that's where I'm going to get new ideas. Because right now, new ideas are most people are going to do what's comfortable. They're coming out of this after weeks of being kind of held back. Most people are going to follow their heuristics, which is doing what's comfortable for them. And if you come out and you pivot a little bit in the way you communicate with people, in the way that you are sending information to them, and the type of information that you're sending to them, then you can more quickly, more easily, and separate yourself from the competition. And if you can, you might be able to own some type of branding proposition, some promise to people that separates you from the competition and makes you uncopyable. So go get my book if you haven't read it. 68 reviews, 67 5-star reviews, 1 3-star review. 1 3-star review. But they didn't leave a review. They just made it 3 stars, so we don't know. So anyway, go do that, and you can separate yourself from the crowd. This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's Data Marketing Gunslinger. Thanks again for watching me this week. And we're coming out of it, so let's go. Let's get at it. All right. I'll be back again next week with another uncopyable business video. And in the meantime, always remember to be uncopyable. And I'll see you next time.